So we all know that most water children face a lot of difficulties when they're not aligned with the water, okay? When they don't acknowledge the water. We all know that. But today we're going to talk about why water children who are meant to be priests and priestesses of the water feel the pressure even more than other archetypes of water children. There's a reason for this, and that reason is water children who have a call to be priestesses and priests of the water. For them specifically, their path is not all about them, okay? Their path, their destiny, their spiritual journey, if you will, involves a lot of people, a lot of other people's spiritual journey and path and destiny, okay? And this is why water children who are called to be priestesses and priests of the water feel the pressure even more when they don't align with the water. They feel it earlier in life, okay? The water starts pressuring them earlier on in life, okay? It doesn't wait for them to get to a certain age. It usually requires them to begin the process as soon as possible because their path, their spiritual path is connected to a lot of people. They're connected to a lot of people through a spiritual cord because they are meant to be healers, diviners, teachers, mentors, spiritual mentors and teachers for these people. And when they stall their journey, their spiritual path, all these people who are connected to them through a spiritual cord, right, that they're meant to be teachers and mentors and diviners and healers to, their paths, their spiritual journeys also get stalled. So that is why water children with that call feel the pressure even more, even stronger. It's even more aggressive. It's more aggressive. It's stronger. It starts earlier on in life because they have work to do. Because the other archetype of water children who aren't called to be priests and priestesses, right? All they have to do is, connect with the water, align. They just need to give offerings to the water every now and then, take fruits, and stuff to the water. They don't have to do much. They can just keep it cute and move on with their normal everyday life, right? They can set up an altar. They can have their altar set up for them by a priest or a priestess, okay? All they need to do is align, connect, give offerings to the water every now and then, keep it cute and keep it going. That's all they have to do. They don't have a responsibility to teach about the water. They don't have a responsibility to initiate people into the water practice. They don't have that responsibility on their shoulders. They can just give offerings to the water, connect to the water, align, and, keep it cute and simple and keep it pushing. That's all they have to do. So they don't feel the pressure as much as someone who's called to be a priest or priestess. Because as a priest or priestess of the water, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility on your shoulder from birth, from the moment you're conceived. You have that responsibility. And the older you get, the more aggressive that responsibility is going to get. Okay? It's going to get more aggressive somewhere in your 20s. And if you keep ignoring it, it's just going to get more and more and more aggressive, and it's going to follow you into your 30s, it's going to follow you into your 40s until you answer the call. And also, I want to remind you, if you're a water child and you've been told that you're a water child, whether or not you've been told you're a priest or not, or a priestess of the water, it doesn't matter. You've been told that you're a water child and you're a child of Olokun, you're a child of Mamiwata, Yemoja, Oshun, whatever the case may be, right? And you've been told that, and you're thinking that you can just ignore it. And if enough time passes by, you know, you'll be what's the word? What's the word I should use? You'll be excused, or rather, you'll be let off the hook. Yes, that's the word. That's the phrase. So if you're thinking that if enough time goes by, you know, you'll be let off the hook. If you ignore it long enough, if you ignore the call to be a priestess or to simply connect with the water, if you ignore it long enough, you'll be let off the hook. I want to remind you that that is not going to happen, okay? Let me remind you that these Orishas, right, these deities, they've been around for eons, and they will be around for eons to come. All they have is time. Do you hear me? All they have is time. A human lifetime for them is like 10 minutes. 100 years is equivalent to like 10 minutes for them. All they have is time. They have all the time in the universe. So I also want to put that out there. That if you think that if enough time rolls by, eventually you're going to be let off the hook, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen. Okay? So this is why water priests and priestesses feel the pressure even more. It's because there's so many people connected to them. There's so many people who you're destined to be their spiritual mentor, their spiritual teacher. You're destined to be the one to crown them Yemoja, to crown them Olokun, whatever the case may be, right? So when you stall your path, you're also stalling so many other people, hundreds of people, thousands of people, who you are supposed to be a spiritual mentor, teacher, diviner, seer, who you are supposed to be a spiritual mentor and teacher to. So that's why the pressure is more intense for water priests and priestesses. Okay?